Hey, it's Gabby,
Christine,
Haley,
and Susie,
and you're watching
the Blushing Bride Podcast, where your bridal stylists become your podcast besties
and help you plan the wedding of your dreams. Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode.
Welcome back. We have some very exciting guests today. Haley and Susie are here.
Our amazing coworkers.
Yes, we have the best coworkers here. We're so lucky because we're all just friends and family at the same time. So
we'll have each of them introduce themselves, but I feel like it's just so special because we've all been here for around the same time. Mm-hmm. So we've been growing as people professionally and personally, growing together as a family. So Haley, can you start and introduce yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Haley Poole. I'm a bridal stylist here, and I am also the receiving assistant to Susie. So yeah.
Hi, Susie. Been here 4 years. Love it. Love Simply Blush. Receiving manager, stylist, and assistant manager. And Haley is amazing to work with, and so is everybody here.
So Susie's been in the bridal industry for quite a long time. Can you tell us about that?
Oh yeah. So I love bridal. Started part-time in Virginia working for different stores, and then went to Raleigh in 2005 and worked for 2 or 3 other stores here, and landed here in 2001 and absolutely love it. And I tell everybody I'm staying here till I retire. So you're stuck with me.
Of course we are. We're not letting her leave us.
I love that. And we just need to shout them out because when we tell you guys, we get massive boxes in here every single day. And they have to go through all of it. So big shout out to you guys for doing that.
It's Christmas every day here. And, Gabby and I, we're on the sidelines and we're just waiting to see what's in the box.
Yeah, they do all the heavy lifting.
But we let the masters do their job.
When you run in and get the samples, we're like, wait.
Yeah.
I know.
There's so much that goes into it that you don't realize.
Yes.
Like, yes, you say yes to your dress, but a million other things have to happen. I have always had friends, they're like, oh, you don't have bride today, so what are you going to do? Just hang out? I'm like, well, no. There's so much to do to make this place go.
There's so much behind the whole journey of wedding dress shopping. Mm-hmm. And so you have all these different parts, the marketing, social media, receiving, and each part is equally as important, especially, from ordering your dress to getting in our doors for you to try it on again.
Yeah, it's crazy. Lots goes into it. So we're going to be covering some different questions today. For example, say you get a stain on your dress, what do you do? Preserving, cleaning and preservation, just all the different things that kind of go into care with your dress and just tips and tricks that you might not know about.
So care for the dress and, dress emergencies. What do you do if something happens? They're the people that we go to if we have an emergency. Oh, how do we fix this?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I guess we can just jump right into the questions. So, question number 1. What are the most common stains you see on wedding dresses?
After brides have their bridal portraits, we see a lot of grass stains. There could be some bugs. There could be some mud. And so a lot of things come back on dresses after bridal portraits. So, yeah.
We've even seen some paw prints of dogs.
Yeah. And if you don't know what a bridal portrait is, here in the South, a lot of girls will take pictures of themselves in their wedding dress separate from their wedding day. Not everybody does it, but we do have a good group of girls in the South that do bridal portraits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's so exciting because then you get your beautiful picture of you in your wedding dress. But it comes with some risk.
Yeah. So with that, if a bride is taking bridal portraits and gets a stain on her dress, what's the first thing that a bride should do?
How to take care of that stain.
So I think the first thing for the photographer to do is lay out a sheet. So if you're having your bridal portraits outside, stand on a sheet. But if you get grass or something on it, you could take cotton ball of hydrogen peroxide and rubbing alcohol on different materials, crepe, satin, mikado, and rub it on there.
Yeah.
Should there be a test run before? Do y'all ever do it underneath the dress, or what should they do if they don't know if that specific fabric is cleanable?
Yeah. A test is always a good idea. Mm-hmm. I know all the materials here at Simply Blush, we have done tests on all the materials.
Yeah. Because some of them, when you do try to clean them, they might leave a water spot. So that's the first thing we're thinking about is, it's going to leave a water spot. Is it going to leave a ring? So you try to test it out on all of them just to make sure we can avoid that at all costs. So
great advice. What should a bride keep with her
kit?
In her emergency kit to prepare for these, spills or incidents?
I would probably put like some like little makeup pads you can like take your makeup off with, or even like a Q-tip because sometimes using a Q-tip is a lot easier putting it in solution and putting it on the spot
For the
compared
smaller
to
stains.
yes, yeah. I would even put like maybe like a little bottle of like alcohol or hydrogen
You can get the
peroxide.
individual pads of the alcohol swabs,
Yeah.
extra cotton balls. You could do nail files on your day of. You need so many little things. Safety pins. You could do chalk if you want. If you want to cover something up with white chalk is a good idea. You could do some ivory soap. If a bead on your armpit's bothering you, do some ivory soap so it helps
really
with the
cool.
rubbing. You have an emergency kit of a lot of different things.
Wow, that's so good to know. And definitely the safety pins, because I've
Mhm.
seen like, hopefully this will never happen, but if a bustle comes undone or something,
Right.
somebody there to safety pin. That happened to me on my day, and you guys were
I
helping
remember that,
me
yeah.
to fix it back. So
Yeah.
Yep.
okay, so say a bride is coming in to come pick up her dress, or she's going to alterations. What we kind of talked about this before, but what's something that they should be careful? Like, how are you careful while you're trying on your dress before the actual day?
Even our sample dresses, because I feel like those are as equally important.
Yeah.
When you're going to a shop, you have to be careful so you don't get anything on the dress.
Mm-hmm.
What have you seen?
So we've seen sometimes where girls have gotten like a spray tan because they kind of want to visualize what they're going to look like in their dress on their wedding day. I would definitely not do a spray tan because we've seen some spots around like the armpit from like maybe like just like sweating a little bit and that's coming off on the dress. Or if you could avoid wearing like heavy makeup or wearing any makeup because we've seen girls that'll touch their face and not realize it and then they'll put a little brown orange little spot on the dress.
When you try on a dress, be careful of your makeup, like Haley said, because we have had a bride touch her makeup and then there were fingerprints and they were really scared. I said, no, we got this. So we just took our hydrogen peroxide, our cotton ball, and rubbed me alcohol, and we got it out, and everybody felt a lot better. But it is scary with your dress, and you get something on it, but it can come out. So have fun on your wedding day. If somebody spills red wine, it will come out in preservation. It will get photoshopped out for your wedding pictures. Grass stains, as Christine said, doggy muddy prints. So when we get a dress back from a wedding to get ready for wedding preservations, we can definitely tell somebody had a party at their wedding.
We want to see a dirty dress.
As you should.
Yeah, we want to see it. We've had 12 inches of grass and mud. If it rained, it will come out in wedding gown preservation and cleaning.
Because during the wedding, that's when you could be a little more carefree because, that's the day.
Yeah.
So have all the fun.
Yep.
It could get out in preservation. Just another point on why you should get your dress clean and preserved.
Right. And there was one time at a wedding where the niece came up and hugged the bride, and then the bride was upset because there was makeup like around her belly. I guess the niece was hugging her, and she was down like, no, we'll get it out, And so we just used like a little. We didn't have hydrogen peroxide there, but we just used like a little makeup wipe, and it actually came out. So
Oh wow. I would always say too, on the day, try and have somebody carry your train for you, like when you're taking your pictures, because obviously, like once you get to the reception, it's like party time. No one's gonna be paying attention to like all the little details. But when you're taking your portraits, about to like walk down the aisle, I would just probably have one of your bridesmaids or your husband or wife or whatever carry the actual train for you.
Yeah. Just as your hair and makeup start slowly fading or falling out. Same thing with the wedding dress. You're gonna have some things going on, but like Abby said, that ceremony is very important for the pictures, for the videos. You want to try to avoid at all costs, like spilling something, dragging it in mud or dirt, especially if it's a rainy day or it rained previously.
I have one. So we offer dress steamings here where we steam our bride's dresses the week of the wedding. But obviously, once you put a dress back in the bag and just transport, it can get wrinkly again. What do you guys recommend as far as touching up a dress on the wedding day, steaming a dress?
it's always a good idea to have a steamer if you're getting married at a church, at your backyard, wherever your venue is. Always ask them if they have a steamer. If not, you may want to pick one up and use distilled water in your steamer and do some touch-ups. Just from transport and being in the bag, it's going to get a little wrinkly. Again, if there's any wrinkles on there in the pictures, your photographer will Photoshop them out. So,
Wrinkles happen, they're natural.
and some materials wrinkle more than others. I don't know if you remember Lady Diana's wedding, but it was taffeta and it was wrinkled. It was really bad, actually, getting out of that carriage. Oh, it was
I
bad.
didn't know that. So at the end of the day, even if you're a princess, your dress can wrinkle.
It was
Especially with taffeta.
It was
yeah.
So have a distilled water steamer, handheld, or get a stand-up one. But yeah, you'll be ready, and then don't have to worry about transport. So
Yeah.
And always have a washcloth with y'all because I know like
Mhm.
a regular at home steamer, it kind of pops those like things of water, and you definitely don't want that on the dress. So just
You might
have a
get water
washcloth
stains.
and put that on there as tight as you can. So yeah.
Yes, we had a bride who actually dropped off her dress today, and she said, I was just attending a wedding, and my friend went to go steam her dress, and right before her pictures, she had water stains all over the
Oh
dress,
no.
and they were freaking out, and she's like, how do I avoid that? But we gave her the same advice. That's the perfect way to do it. That's how we do it here, and we try to do our best to preserve the steam by hanging the train. That way it's not bunched up. You don't want your dress to be sitting in a bag and just wrinkle up because it's
right.
not supported in any way. Let's talk about your favorite styles. I know we have discussed new trends. Like, do you have any favorite ones currently?
So probably one of the newer trends that I've been liking is like a basque waist or like a drop waist. I don't know if I would personally wear that, but I just love how it looks. It looks very fun. It's always very fun on any body type too, which is great. And what are some new things you like?
There's so many because I love all things weddings, but I do love a dress that's like straight across the top, sparkly, and then it's like really flowy, but it's really snatched at the waist. But just has tiny, delicate, just sparkle, just all over it. Not like
Some shimmer.
not like some shimmer, like but beading shimmer, like tiny beads, crystals, or just a little bit of iridescent crystals as well.
Oh,
Just have
yeah.
little sparkles all the way out. Yeah.
Okay, so Susie is a lace, or do you like lace too?
I do like lace.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so Susie's more on the detail side of things. Haley, are you going to choose more of a detail style, or would you choose something more satin, clean?
I actually think about this a lot because I feel like I kind of like both in a way.
She might need two dresses, just like I do.
But I really think it's gonna come down to like when I'm actually shopping because I have no idea. Like right now, like I love like a lace look because I'm like, how can I wear simple? Because I think I see so many of them. But then I also see pictures of girls that get married in simple, and I love it looks so pretty. So I think it's gonna come down to me actually shopping.
Which dress gives you
So,
that feeling?
Yeah.
Basically.
Yep.
So Susie's had her wedding. So tell us about your wedding dress, and would you wear that again, or would you
No.
change your mind now that you're a bridal stylist and you work in the bridal industry?
I love my wedding dress. I love my wedding pictures. That has not changed. I wouldn't wear the same style. A lot of things about it that I would wear again. It was flowy. It was long. It was not fitted. It had a lot of sequins and lace down the front. It did go down a little bit in the bust area. I wouldn't wear the puffy sleeves.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear the puffy sleeves. I wouldn't wear the puffy sleeves, but it would be flowy like it was. With a lot of lace and sparkle on it, but then it had simple, so it had a good mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what year was the wedding?
93.
93.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a great
Puff
always-
sleeves.
See with the the 90s was like
Yeah.
a lot of sleeves and puff sleeves
Yeah.
and things. We'll insert a picture into our Instagram of Susie
Yes.
on
Yes,
her wedding
it's
day,
so
so you guys
adorable.
can
It's
see
so
that
cute.
too. If you could give one piece of advice to a bride that's shopping, what are you going to tell her?
I would say I know it's gonna be hard to bring. Like, I know you want to bring a lot of people because me myself, I'm thinking like, who the heck am I gonna bring when the day comes? But I would try to keep it to like a very like intimate circle that you think are gonna have like really good valued opinions. Because we've seen lots of girls come in with huge groups and they end up getting overwhelmed, and there's so many opinions when your the bride's opinion is the main one that matters, and you got to remember that on the day of. So I would try to bring like a very intimate group of girls or guys, whoever you want to bring, that you think are going to have really good opinions on that day.
That's great advice. We've talked about that before because it is truly important.
Yeah. And I would say just have an open mind. We get a lot of brides have not been shopping before, and we just want them to try on fitted, sparkly, simple, full, all the options for you to really know which way you want to go. And then they just realize, oh, okay, I don't want those styles, but these are my favorite, silhouettes. So then we just stick to that area, and just have an open mind and keep the process simple. If you love a dress and you get that feeling, don't be afraid of it. Like, give yourself
Go for
permission
it.
to say hi,
Yeah.
or to say yes. Give yourself permission
Just
to
say yes.
but it doesn't have to be complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great advice. Thank you guys so much for coming on to the podcast today. It was an honor to have you guys
Yes, of
here. We love
course.
you, and thank you for all you do
So
for our
fun.
brides. So we're
So sweet.
thankful.
We hope y'all enjoyed this video, and make sure to write down these very amazing tips that they have provided, because you never know when you might need it. Well, stay tuned to the next episode, and we'll see you later.
Yes, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.